quick introduction. Milan San Remo is a bike race from Milan to San Remo, and I've parked in France and I'm heading a little bit past San Remo to ride a bit of the course, the final 2 climbs. Anyway, crossing the border from France into Italy and then onto my bike ride for the day. It's a fun race to go to because of the good cycling path along the coast, and there's a lot of cyclists and it's a good time. This is the finish line on the race. This is the suppressor climb and it's not very steep at all. And there's quite a few people on my wheel as we're heading up. And then this guy with the frame bag came past me and we were cruising up at a solid pace. A nice group of riders, and it got a bit more racy at the top and it was a good time. When you go and watch the Tour de France, there's a lot of non-cyclists just going to get on the TV, and when you go and watch a race in the early springtime, it's just cyclists and you ride in groups and it's just a good time. Like, these 2 people didn't know each other, I didn't know them, but we were just flying up the hill past people in the drops and everyone was just out having a bike ride, having a good time. And here we are at the top. It's an easy climb. You know, it's not going to split the race at all. And see these guys go in different directions, and you know, it's cool. This is the last climb, the famous Poggio. It is not a hard climb at all, but after a very long Milan San Remo race, it is a bit decisive. I had a plan to get pizza, but I found this pasta place at the top of the climb. Okay, the downhill is very famous, especially since like 1992 when Sean Kelly won by attacking on the downhill. So the first hairpin, you could see it quite easily. And the next right-hander, the pros took it without braking, without even having to get a really good racing line on it. And it's not a crazy steep downhill, but there are a few corners where they can sprint out of and try and make a difference. and the road surface is pretty good in this. In recent years, it's been resurfaced. Here's the first hairpin, but you can see around that one quite clearly. And today the weather conditions were very good. This is the gutter where Mohoric rode into when messing around with his dropper post in 2022. This is the next hairpin turn. Again, unlike the Alps, this isn't very steep at all. But coming into this right-hand corner too fast could be really dangerous. And then down this section, it's high speed. And then there's a left hairpin coming up. And it's hidden by a little right turn. Here's the right turn into the hairpin. But the weather's good, the pro riders know the course very well, so shouldn't be a problem this year. And I stop here because this is where I want to watch the race from. Soon. Yo! So the roads were open, but that police officer thought otherwise and chased that guy down. So the rest of us tried to get back to the bike path, a few dead ends, eventually found it. The team buses had already given out a lot of bottles. I didn't stick around because I wanted to head back to France. So I was heading with this group of Italians and these e-road bikes were going past us. And one of the guys in our group was like, right, I'm going to keep up with them and then just blast past them. And it turned into a bit of a race. And this guy wasn't quite keeping up with him. I think this guy ahead of me is on an e-bike. And then as soon as we get out those corners, I try and catch back up to the unofficial race. He's given up and it was like e-bikes versus road bikes, and I eventually did catch back up, and it was still going. And it went on and on and on until we got to the next town, and then we regrouped up. These Italians knew where the bike paths were, so it was useful following them and riding with them. I'm pushing on because I want to get back to France before it gets dark. I do have bike lights on, but it's safer to be home before dark. Cross the border back into France, a nice 100-kilometer day out, and great weather. Hopefully do it again next year.